welcome, Praveena. How are you?
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm doing good.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm excited.
You're excited. Okay. First of all, let me know what is the name. What does the name mean to you, Praveena? What does this name mean to you?
Praveena means the excellence, the perfection.
Wow. Excellence and perfection. And I was going through your profile, which you sent me. You have written that you have managed multitask. How do you manage all this?
So, ma'am, I started actually, for that matter, women herself can manage, multitasking is like a forte. But other than that, so fortunately, I started my career itself with like, quality engineer. Then, I moved on to developer. Then again, I took a break because I started my career in teens. And after marriage, I took a break. Then I was a HR, in freelancer. Then I took up as an HR strategist job. Then I thought, okay, let me get back to, SAP was like, always the place I wanted to be. So I took it SAP technical consultant. Then followed by, I thought, I should have my name on, on a building. Then I should serve the people. Then I went on with, as a builder. So then I started, my journey for in women empowerment, youth empowerment. It went on, ma'am.
So are you able to do justice with all your ventures, what all you are into it?
Yes, ma'am. But, I'm not continuing that, I'm done with it. I moved on. So, so in that way, one thing good thing happened is because I was into all the areas, I can, I can touch anyone comes to me with any background. So because I'm thinking of women empowerment, I'm thinking of youth empowerment. So anyone comes from anywhere, either HR, SAP, technical, builder. So any background, I can help them.
That means you are a first generation entrepreneur. You didn't have any legacy behind and you've taken it up. You've taken up the challenge. Yes. Oh, that's great. So now, what do you think? What did your education prepared you, or did you take some training in this venture when you got into all this, field? So did you take some training, or your academic background was such that it helped you to reach here?
Yes, ma'am. The thing is, like, when I was talking about all these, multifaceted experience, that is my professional experience. And, though I started with a polytechnic, so I'm a person like, always learning curve is open. There's nothing that, we cannot learn. So I was in that photo, whatever, even when it comes to construction, I did not know ABCD of it, but, as gradually I was a supervisor, I was a builder, I was a HR person, I was, a vendor who was bringing in. So everything, just I learned it and did it. So that's how I would, I work.
But Praveena, why this sector? Why did you choose this? You could have chosen any other field according to your qualification.
Actually, ma'am, one thing I have to put on when it comes to entrepreneurship. I always tag it as, I'm an entrepreneur with social responsibility. Out of all my experience, when you look at, I can touch upon HR, I can touch upon QA, I can touch upon SAP, I can get into builder construction. But I thought, where I can help, because I'm thinking of women empowerment. What is the area I can work upon? So lateral entries, women who take a break and want to get back, recruitment is the one place I can do. So that's where I took up that. Digital marketing, yes. I have created a business platform for women, free business platform. That's through Women Envision. I can help my women, SMEs, with a digital marketing is a core area they're lacking. So I thought I took up that. Senior citizens, they are really, having experience, but, they don't have patience to reach out clients. So I took tech trainings. Those are 3 areas my company is serving. That's how I'm in.
Oh, that's great. So now, what are your future of areas? What are you looking forward to besides running this, research to extend your work or your business or the organization? What are you looking forward to?
Now, ma'am, as such, I planned in such a way because I have decided, like, women empowerment through entrepreneurship is my forte. Like, I'm going to work on that. Youth empowerment, again, entrepreneurship is my forte.
That's great.
That's where I'm associated with organizations which are in line with that, because women don't have much time to think, put hands in a different things, but it has to be in line. That's where I thought, I'm associated with, Women Envision, which I've started. I'm a founder. And I've started and I've created a business platform. At the same time, I should be thankful to CIMSME, Santosh Ganeshji. He has given me an opportunity. I had a little vision, small vision, make homemakers as homepreneurs and scaled up them as entrepreneurs. But with the help of Santosh Ganeshji, yes, I chose to be associated with CMSME, which is helping my women, all the community, work march towards that. So that is women empowerment. That is the holistic development I'm looking at.
So
And
you answered my next question, which I was about to ask you, how CIMSME has helped you. So that now, who invested in your business? Who invested in your venture? And how did you manage your finances?
so finances comes in, ma'am, it was not really a big thing because, when I constructed my house, I was smart enough, I had constructed my office as well for me. And I had a deal with my husband that is, this one space is for me. So I had no problem with the space. And majority of them recruitment comes on in a virtual environment as well. And as a social responsibility, I said, I give freelance jobs to my women. So it goes on. So finances are not much required in my kind of a service.
So how do you face any problem? Did you face any problem with your bank regarding collateral or being a women entrepreneur?
No, as such, ma'am, I have not approached bank in my space, like for my company, but my friends, yes, my friends is my women, because every week I keep a call, Women in Laksh Samvad, where women come to me and they've been asking. So, one thing I've realized, they don't have registrations. Okay, so then how do they expect to be Atmanirbhar? So they cannot avail the schemes. Now through CMSME, we are coming up with the registration process. We are registering 100 members, 100 women entrepreneurs, enterprises. Then definitely banks, they don't have ways and means how to approach. So see, from CMSME, we are here, ma'am. Definitely all of us, will work towards that and connect with the vendor connects, corporate connects. We have been doing a lot of tremendous job in pandemic time, and now we'll keep doing that.
So what's the work strength in your organization?
It is actually,
ma'am, you're working.
Yeah. So when it comes to Envision Innovations, I don't think I don't say that it is really huge one because it's being a recruitment and digital marketing. But I have freelancers because my focus is giving them freelance work.
So that's great.
Yeah.
So what do you follow any standards? Do you have ISO system in your organization? No.
Such for my organization, I wouldn't, frankly speaking, ma'am, in this, women empowerment, when it comes to, I don't want to focus more on Envision Innovations in particular, the standards, because my focus being in, empowering women, in their business areas. So I would say that their success story, their business is my success story. So my focus will not be on Envision Innovations and ISO certification and all. So
Praveena, tell me, what has been your greatest challenge in your work culture?
So, ma'am, when frankly speaking, I would get back. I wouldn't, straight away struck yet Envision Innovation stock. I want to go back and talk about it because I started my career in my teens and I joined in a job, but I took a break after the wedding, maybe in the year 2000, when I really want to come back. Praveena was well equipped because I was coming from QA, so I know as a tester what it will be. So I was a Java developer. I know it would be. And HR strategist, yes. But when I got back to SAP technical consultant, so the problem there was the boss thinks I'm strategically very perfect. Everything is there. Only technically I've joined. I'm a fresher there. So I really had to, face problem with the boss because it was always dominating nature, where Praveena will, so dominate by. So that was a real challenge I faced. But later, then I could resolve it by saying anyway, 60% of I've realized that, only few areas I should showcase my strategic skills and all. Few areas I should be as fresher as I am. I should not, so that's where, the challenge I faced only at that point of time. But still, later point of time,
And how do you overcome the challenges and how do you update yourself?
Updating is, ma'am, I'm always on my toes. So when, usually the problem comes, I always suggest all the women, because when they are coming back, lateral entry. So after a certain break, you will be well, knowledge would be huge and you'll be well experienced. You can analyze well, but you do remember you are a fresher. So when in the office culture, though we come across good people around, one problem every woman faces, they should, for 2 months, it should be you have to dedicate, you arrange, you plan it in such a way. 2 months you have to work for the company. No other. So you family and all, everything you have to keep aside, and then you have to plan. You call upon parents, or you have a servant, whatever it is. 2 or 3 months. If you sustain 3 months, you will succeed. No one can stop you. But those
Then
3 months.
you mean to say you plan your work,
Yes.
as you mentioned. So what do you do? What do you do to plan your work, and how do you take it up?
Yes, ma'am. So mine was like, I'll get back to again SAP technical, because majority of the women who are looking at, like, they'll be getting back to technical job would be very difficult. So I take that example. So what exactly happened is, SAP technical is like, all completely you are coming from a, age wise, maybe you took a break, so you would be a little elder, but the technology front, you'll be fresher. You will be facing a lot of issues. First time you're looking at and sitting in the computer, so you may need to stay back late nights. So your kids are at home. So kids are at home. So you arrange, like, what I did is, like, I requested my parents, I need your support for 3 months, exactly 3 months. Then in 3 months time, I worked 24 hours, I can say, ma'am. I was learning to the extent, like, where, I'll be completely equipped, and at the same time, like, I'll the synergy, I maintain that rapport with everyone, like, where, see, the very first instance you go and you cannot expect everybody to support you. So I've created such an environment. It was just, after 3 months, yes, I was able to continue, and I worked for 4 years before I.
So how do you manage your marketing, or how do you manage to let people know that you are into this field and you're always there for them? How do you manage that?
So, ma'am, mine is like, I basically come from a digital marketing. So social media is the best thing.
Social media, okay.
Social media is the best thing. I use the fullest, I can say.
Okay. So do you take stress?
I never feel it as a stress, ma'am. Stress never comes in my mind. But I enjoy everything. Every whatever I do, I enjoy. So stress never comes into my mind.
You feel energetic, as if, like as usual, you're feeling so energetic.
Yes,
So how do you manage how did you manage your work in this pandemic period? What exactly did you do? Because everything was closed, and a few months nobody was there. So how did you manage things? Did you devote some time to the family, or how? I mean, we would like to know.
Yes, ma'am. So when it comes to pandemic, we all have to get used to digital atmosphere. No doubt about it. So, and I was right from the beginning, I was used to digital atmosphere. I was in a virtual world, so it was not really difficult for me. But when it comes again, I don't want to speak just about me, because about my women as well. Because my women, I have more than 2,000 women in my groups in Women in Vision. So for them, yes, whatever the freelance works I get, I would pass on to them. And other way around, like, I have, bakers, other people who were working, in other organizations, but when in the pandemic they lost their job, they had to choose an alternative. And I would like to take an one instance of our EDP program. It really, because me being in CMSME, I could connect, like, I had a privilege of 700 plus bringing in, so all of them connected here, they could learn something, and they started working on that. So they took it up as, so this pandemic, they did not, depend on just jobs. No, there's alternatives. They started looking at alternatives, and I can proudly say, ma'am, there are few women in my Women and Vision. They said, like, though their husband lost their jobs, they could survive in my group, social media, WhatsApp groups. Where I have more than 20 groups where they can do business. So that's how, even pandemic we can get over, because putting hand in hand, making our business, social media is a free platform. So only we need to be digital. That's it. That's
So
how
you
we.
need to teach others also. The women, as you said, they're not even aware of it. Few of them, they've never heard about it. So that means you need to train them also to come up to the mark. So how much time do you devote, Praveena, to your kids or to your children?
I'm frankly speaking, like, my work and, kids, everything goes hand in hand. I know a few people say that, we should keep everything apart and, work. But for me, everything goes hand in hand. So
So
they
you
never feel
for
like,
them, for them, bringing them up, their schools and all, you cope with them easily.
So, ma'am, it's as usual. The morning, you see, in this pandemic, yes, they were at home. as usual, there was a Nandita Das, some video, I think so, if you remember, always like, now being at home, it's more like, we are at their service 24/7. Yeah, at this time, that pinch of difficult was that, I'm a person like, I would think like, no, okay, maybe, you have to do this and this as well. So you have to mix up and do the things. That's how I managed. Otherwise, when they were going to colleges and all, so morning they would leave, and majority of my work goes on virtual world. So it was never a problem for me.
So how do you rate success or failures, Praveena? How do you rate it? I mean, what do you think that if you're successful, what has been the promotion behind it? And if you fail, I believe that, God forbid, I mean, you in your venture that you don't, this has taken up.
So, ma'am, frankly speaking, failure, I don't think I've seen a failure actually, because the success is probably it's always like that. I never expect anything from anything. I just keep doing and I put the mark. So even if something like towards that something going, I'm always on a review mode. I won't see till the failure occurs. So I'm always in a review mode. So I'll make sure that I won't see the failure phase. I'll be, streamlining it towards a success.
Oh, that's great. And contribution to give back to the society, as one of it you said, that you are giving free advices and free training to women group, which is a member you have. Besides that, what contribution you have given to the society?
Ma'am, when it comes to society, I would say like, majority of like, majority of my time goes into societal activity, because I have decided, yes, enough, like, till, whatever the 44 decades I've spent, more concentrated on the family, because grooming kids also very important, because they are citizens. Now that's then I have reached the stage, I have decided youth empowerment and women empowerment, two areas I'm going to tap upon. So Women Envision is, as I mentioned, like more than 2,000 women. We are working, I'm working towards their empowerment. Marketing is one area I'm keenly working on. Every Saturday I mentor them, any doubts they have. And I'm lucky, CMSME, I'm associated. I can do much more to the community. And Sashakti Bharat is something like, I have a great privilege of working with armed forces, retired armed forces, professors, where, I'll be on the platform, we'll be doing youth empowerment, we'll be enlightening the national security. And I'm associated with another association, Atarva, which is a 10-year-old, where, I started saying like, women should be given, communicated. So there I've turned out to be women convener, and, we have here, I do it to the extent anything happens, Praveena is there. We have a sheet, anything happens. So they are so confident on me. So I could create that environment in association. Likewise, I'm connected with many NGOs now. So societal front, I'm God's grace, I'm doing a bit what I really wanted to, and it'll go on, ma'am. I've decided now.
So how many years of journey you have traveled? How many years of journey have you traveled? No, for this venture I'm talking about. So you have that kind of an experience now.
It's about a decade, ma'am.
It's about a decade. That's what I'm saying. So do you have, what about the legacy of your business, or have you done any succession planning? Who is going to take over? Once you retire, who is going to take it over? Have you ever planned your succession?
Frankly speaking, ma'am, I did not plan anything for Envision Innovations, but I really planned for Women Envision. Because Envision Innovations, there's a recruitment, whatever, it lives or goes, and really doesn't matter. But Women Envision, which is my heart for women, I asked my daughter, I don't know, next you have to take it forward. So, so I want her to be slowly vibing in that. Otherwise, I'm least bothered about Envision Innovations now.
Why? Because see, we women, when we start the work, we usually say that the women's enterprise becomes a family enterprise. So, but then till you are running a business, we need to pay stress and how to do the succession planning. Who's going to take it over once we get old, or, we are unable to take it forward, then who next? So because you put in so much of effort, you put in the hard work, then it should not go just like a why, like somebody should take it up and take the legacy forward. So that's very good. That means
Yeah.
your daughter is going to join you.
That's nice.
That's nice. So what do you think that this recognition have any impact on your business, the CIMSMA recognition, what you have been interviewed for? This have any impact on your business growth?
Not like, I'm not, again, I'll go back and say that I'm not talking about the business growth, but definitely on women in vision, which is also a baby of it, unit of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. This interview will inculcate them, like, there's Praveena, there's from CMSME, from Women in Vision, and she is going to be there helping them, so she comes from different backgrounds. Maybe so far people may not be aware, like, what are the areas. Now it will be forefront, saying that, this is a help that we can take, when you're talking about banks, loans, anything, reach out, and like, we inculcating the entrepreneurial, things into them. So everything they can get from me. So at least the reach out will be there. People will seek help. Entrepreneurs will seek help now more.
That's nice, because we are looking
And
forward, like everybody is looking forward to it. So what success means to you? I know you're very successful, the way you've been talking and so confident and all, which are the real qualities of an entrepreneur. So what success means to you? Sorry.
Ma'am, when it comes to, like, maybe I'm going back and talking, may not be talking about the Envision, but, when it comes to Women in Vision, as many entrepreneurs I'm making, because their success story, because they are part of my, Women in Vision. So when I look at them, like, they are succeeding with, this is the turnover they're getting, and this is customer satisfaction they're giving. When they get applause, that is a success story for me as of now. And still, it has to grow, and, probably, that may vary, but as of now, that's what is success story for me.
So, like, I wanted to ask you, how many organizations you said besides CIMSME you're affiliated to other organizations? Any other besides that you're affiliated with?
Yeah, Seshakti Bharat, where I'm the core member, where actually I'm the driving force, I can say. Because I had an interest for, ancient history should come forward, because we talk about, Jhansi Lakshmi Bai and everything, but, how the confidence levels, we are not, many of women are not taking, because they should know all those things. That's where I'm associated. Like, again, that is in line, because, we reach out colleges and, with armed forces, national security, armed forces, we do go and inculcate. So again, that will go hand in hand. We'll be reaching out college. And when it comes to Alkapur Residents Welfare Association, that is I'm associated with. And other NGOs, we have, like, Mahila Sangams, and where, I'm associated in an advisory role. I'm directly not, driving force over there, but I'll be advising them. There are many summits go on, CDYA. So where, whenever they conduct summit, they take my advice, and, I'll be jury, and, I'll bring in. So I'll be doing many things, but, that is advisory role. But predominantly, I'm more connected to CMSME and Shashikti Bharat.
Praveena, if you don't mind, I'll ask you two very personal questions. One is about your children. Have you ever been to the school of your children, attending the parents-teacher meeting?
Yes.
Have you ever missed that? No, you have been attending them regularly?
Yes, ma'am.
That's great, because that's the strongest point for the children, that the parents attend their meetings and all. So you're in touch with the teachers or the professors. And the second one is, you are successful, of course. How does your spouse deal with your success? I mean, your partner, how does he deal with your success? I mean, he discourages you, encourages you, or no reaction, whatever you do. I mean, how does he take it?
That's a really tricky question, ma'am. Because,
See, every woman who's coming forward and running the organizations face these kinds of problems. So I just wanted to know, for others to learn, if there is a problem, what kind of a problem you're facing, like how is dealing with you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. The thing is, like, because again, I see other enterprises that might differ, because they come with the profits, and, maybe that would be the success story for them. But my success is little different, because my success is, like, helping women, that goes more success to me. So that I enjoy that success. but that may not be enjoyed by my family, may not be knowing what exactly Praveena doing until whenever I get awards or something, people start appreciating me, and like armed forces, when they appreciate me, they think, oh, something, Praveena, someone is, really appreciating it. So my success is little different, ma'am. Probably my family, others may not enjoy that much.
But still, they are thinking.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. I would say that this kind of environment, like when Anju, like person like Anju ma'am is interviewing me, definitely then they'll understand where the Praveena is. These are the places, these are the avenues which keeps me going.
Who motivated you, Praveena, to take up this? Who motivated you? You yourself, or you have somebody idol? Who's your idol?
Ma'am, actually, first thing is I'm self-motivated person, but other than that, I'm from Saraswati Shishu Mandir School. I did my schooling from there. So where we read Sadacharam, and where we are inculcated with ancient our great Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, Rudrama Devi. When I look at them, right from the childhood, that is imbibed in me.
Really great. So what advice or mantra you would like to share with the budding entrepreneurs?
Learning is first thing, ma'am. Learning curve should be open. Keep learning, and you have to learn many new things. One thing I always mention, women always say that we were never supported, we were never given an importance. I would say only one thing. See, as I take it from Jhansi Lakshmi Bai or Rudrama Devi, if you have the potential, if you have the determination, if you have if you can dedicate it, and you can showcase what you are, nothing can deter you. So first thing, you have to be confident enough, and you have to be as well. You just can't see. You have to keep learning, upgrading yourself. Then then they'll accept you. I take a simple example, ma'am. Maybe it looks little thing, but I from the childhood I see one granny who sits at the corner and no one cares about her. There will be one granny who will be ruling the family. How it? Because right from the childhood I was looking at, because that happens because she has the capability, she has the potential, she is confident enough where she is going to rule. So women, all the women out there, there's only one message: it's all in you. How you project yourself, how confident you are, how you build your skills, how you increase the skill set, how you improve. You should not you should not say that I don't know that or this. Learn it, you can do it.
Great, very good, Praveena. Do you think, are you aware of the different schemes in India? Right.
Yes, ma'am. Now see, everybody talked about Mudra, but we have other schemes as well. But we have to explore on that and bring it to the.
So that's exactly what I wanted to know, because knowing the schemes and how to make use of those schemes in your venture, whatever venture you are into it, because different schemes are there for different ventures. So yes, that means you need to go through it. It is on the website, so you
Yes.
can always go through it and update yourself.
Yes.
On CMSM is always there. So thank you so much, Praveena. It was really lovely talking to you. And it's really great, the enthusiasm and the dedication you have towards your work. That's really awesome. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best in your venture.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm thankful to CIMSME and Santosh Ganesh ji and Anju ma'am, you and all of them, because this is an opportunity for us to for the family. Whatever
Yes.
we think just a mere interview. No, these are the things which really brings us in front of family. They'll knowing children will be looking at that. Asha, okay, my mom has interviewed by Anju ma'am, on this big platform. So definitely she might have done really good. So thank you so much for this great initiative. I'm feeling honored. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Praveena, because we women have to prove ourselves every now and then at every sphere of life. So thank you so much.